Angels Care Home Health, serving Hayes and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
They're polite. They just take the time for you.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
I like the Angels for what they've done for me.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.
Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to our Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always to the producer of our series and editor, Jeff Durall. We're at the Hayes Area Children's Center at 94 Lewis Drive, just across from Lewis Field Stadium, for the 50th anniversary celebration, and also Little Tykes Christmas lights. More on that coming up in just a few minutes with our Community Connection Executive Director Susan Bowles. 50 years.
50 years. We're so excited to be celebrating 50 years of service to the Hayes community. Very excited about that. We started in the fall of 1966. And back then we were called the Hayes Daycare for Exceptional Children. We only served 6 children, and it was in the basement of the First United Methodist Church. I actually didn't know that till I was doing some research, and I thought, oh my goodness, that is where we actually started. And then not long after that, we moved to a limestone building. It was a house that was just east of what I think is the Beach Smith Performing Arts Center on Fort Hays State University campus. I think it's a parking lot now. But after that, we moved to some old Army barracks that I understand were somewhere south on the campus. And then in 1978, we were able to get enough funds to build our own building, and we built right here at 94 Lewis Drive. We built the south part of the building that we're currently in. And then as the program continued to grow, we built on the building. We built north in 1986. And then in 1994, we built the preschool. That is a separate building just north of this location. So we've continued to expand over the years.
Well, and that also includes not only the facilities for the staff and the children, but also playground areas as well.
That is correct. Recently we have been soliciting and getting funds so that we can replace our preschool, our playground, both the preschool playground and the toddler playground. The playground that we had previously had been built over 25 years ago, and it was made out of wood. Unfortunately, after 25 years, wood starts to deteriorate. So when I became the director about 4 years ago, I knew that these structures needed to be replaced. So we have been doing a campaign to replace that equipment, and we were able to last year to replace the preschool portion of that. So now we're still continuing that campaign to hopefully get some more structures for the toddler playground.
And we'll talk about that funding and how folks can help out here at the Hayes Area Children's Center. What's the mission of the center? What are you trying to do, Susan?
Well, our mission is to promote and provide quality care and learning experiences for young children and their families in our community.
And I'm glad you mentioned "and families" because that has always been a part of the Hayes Area Children's Center.
It is. It very much is. We understand that families are the first and most important teachers for their young children. So the impact and the help that we can provide them is only going to be for the betterment of the child and for the family in general.
What about the services? Tell us about some of the services provided.
Well, when we started, we provided services to young children with disabilities and developmental delays. That was really our mission for quite a few years. But as services began to change, the research showed that if we, instead of bringing the children into the center like we used to do, when I first started here at the center, we brought all the children in and we served them here, and we served them for a half day or for a full day. But then research showed that, we really needed to work with the families. And so the therapists started to go out into the community and not only work in homes, but work in child cares that are in the community. As that happened, there was a community preschool. It was the Community Child Care and Preschool that used to be located at the O'Laughlin Elementary site. Well, they were going to lose that location. So it was a rather large community child care and preschool in Hays, and we were able to merge at that time, and it was so convenient because as we were moving out into the community, they were needing a location, so they moved right in with us. So that is when we changed our name from the Early Childhood Developmental Center. Many people remember us as ECDC. We changed our name to the Hays Area Children's Center, and we provide child care services and preschool here at the center, but we also have continued to have our early intervention program that works again with the children with disabilities and developmental delays.
And families can play such an important part in the education of their children.
They sure can. You know, we are so honored to be able to go into homes and give the strategies and the techniques, teach those to the families so that they can use those strategies throughout the day. You know, when we pull the children in, we might have therapy with the children, from 2 to 4 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes. But when we teach these strategies to the families, then they can use them not in these isolated time sections. That really isn't how learning occurs. They can do it all day long in those natural routines so that the children are getting reinforced and having this learning experience throughout their day and throughout their week. And that's when we're really going to see the progress continue.
I like your statement about reinforcement because that really does further the educational process of the child, doesn't it?
It really does, and it does improve the progress and increase the progress that we see. You know, our goal for every child that we work with is to get them ready so that they can go into preschool without any supports or into kindergarten, elementary school without any supports. Sometimes that doesn't happen. If they continue to need supports, we want them to have that, but we want to reduce the amount of supports they may need.
What about ages? What ages do you serve, Susan?
Well, in our child care, we serve children from 2 weeks old up through the 4th grade. We have, during the year, we have an infant room, and we have 3 toddler rooms and 2 preschool rooms. In the summer, we have a school-age program for children from kindergarten to 4th grade.
So that learning process continues through the summer then?
It does. It very much so does. It's a fun time here at the center.
You have a new program that you wanted to tell us about.
We do. We recently received a grant for children with special health care needs. And we're so excited about this program because it fits in so nicely with the services that we provide. This program provides financial support to families who qualify for them. It's for families with children who have needs that are beyond what you would expect in a typical day, a typical life of a family. Their child might have a motor disability. They might need special equipment for that. The child may need to have special surgeries, like children with craniofacial anomalies, or any type of a surgery that they might have for any health needs. They also can help provide assistance to pay for those expensive surgeries. They help with transportation if the family needs transportation to get there. They also provide money to help pay for specialized equipment, like for children with hearing impairments, hearing aids. For children with severe visual concerns, they might need special apparatuses so that they can see and read, more than just your typical reading glasses.
Susan, you have a program called Healthy Start. Talk about that.
We do. It also is a grant that we have been awarded from the state. We were awarded that grant in 1999. This program provides a Healthy Start home visitor. This individual goes into the hospitals and meets all the families that have had newborns. This program is also available to families when they're expecting as well. But this person provides support to these families. Support may come in the way of nutrition for their new infant, doing height and weight checks, doing vision and hearing checks. Infant massage is a big part of this program, and many families use that to help calm their babies as well. So we're very proud of that program.
When I first heard about this years ago, whenever it was begun, I thought, wow, that is so important to get parents started right with a lot of things that they don't know because there's no instruction manual, as we say.
There isn't, and even a person like myself who had worked in this field for quite a few years before I had my children, when I had my second child, I was really in need of somebody to support me because things didn't go as well as planned. And my daughter was having some struggles and difficulties, and I really relied on our Healthy Start home visitor to help show me ways that I could calm her. She was very colicky, that I could calm her and give her the best start and to feed her so that she was getting appropriate nutrition to grow and to develop.
Talk about your funding. You mentioned grants, but one of the central issues is the Ellis County United Way.
That is correct. We do, as you said, we do get grant money from the Kansas Department of Health and Environment for all of our programs. However, they are what are considered the payer of last resort. So they support the programs, but before the federal government and the state were involved in these services, many of these services were already occurring in communities, and communities realized that they were needed. And I think that the state government felt like this needed to continue. So that is why it is so very important for us to continue having local means of funding. And one of the ways that we do get that is through United Way. And we are so thankful for United Way. In fact, we have been a United Way agency since 1968. So almost 50 years as well. And we are very proud of that relationship. You know, United Way is currently in their campaign for this year. And I just encourage everybody, if you haven't had a chance, to please give to United Way, because they provide support not only to our agency, but to many agencies in our Ellis County communities that provide needed services to families. And 100% of the money that is given to them stays in Ellis County. That is just a wonderful thing for us here.
Glad you mentioned that. One of your major fundraisers is coming up, and that's the reason for the display behind us here,
That is
the
correct.
Bright Lights for Little Tykes.
Bright Lights for Little Tykes. It is our major fundraiser, and it's coming up this Saturday, November 19th. It's at the Rose Garden Banquet Hall, and it's going to start at 6 p.m. We'll have a silent auction and then a live auction at 7, and it also is a dinner as well. And so we have very wonderful items that will be up for auction. We have jewelry items. We have athletic items. You might see here we have a K-State football. We have a KU basketball. We have items for baskets for young children, young girls, and for young boys. We are just so pleased with the donations that all of the community, many of the community businesses give us. We have, in addition, we do have our lovely holiday items. You see one of our trees here. It's our cowboy tree, and our race car tree. We have several trees that are on display at the mall right now. There's 4 trees there. The Big Creek Crossing, want to make sure I got that name right. We're very thankful that they let us display our trees.
And these are all going to be auctioned then at the event this coming weekend.
That is correct. We have vacation packages. We have so many items that we can share.
What about tickets?
To get tickets, you can call the Hays Area Children's Center at 785-625-3257, or you can go online and purchase them on our website, which is www.hacc.info.
Last moment or so, how many children are being served now?
Oh, goodness. In our early intervention program, we served 127 children last year, and then an additional 93 children were served in screening. So there's about 220 that we served. In our facility here, we served for childcare about 90 children. Healthy Start reaches hundreds, 300, 400 families that have every year. So that's that initial contact and then follow-up as needed. So we reach many, many children every year, and we're very proud to do that.
You must have a great staff to be able to pull this off.
We do have a great staff. You know, all of our staff in our early intervention program are licensed in their area of expertise: speech language pathology, physical therapy, occupational therapy, registered nurse, early child special education teachers. All our lead teachers in our child care as well have their certificate of child development. They have what they need to be the lead teacher. All of our staff every year continue to have continuing education 10 hours that is required by the Kansas Department of Health and Environment, and we are licensed by them as well.
Executive Director of the Hayes Area Children's Center, Susan Bowles, our Community Connection.
Angels Care Home Health, serving Hayes and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
And the Angel Care nurse comes to see me once a week.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
Angel Care has helped to stay home.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.